Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. 6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie.
Push the button! Push the button!
All right, okay. I'll push the flipping button, but what's going to happen when I push it?
Shut up and take my money!
All right, I won't take your money, okay? What do you want me to do again?
Push the button! Push the button!
All right, I'm going to push the button, and then we'll see exactly what's going to happen, okay? It's pretty simple.
I'll smack you.
Excuse me, what are you going to do?
I'll smack you.
All right, please don't smack me. I'll just push the button, and I'll take the money and run. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Sounds like some frenzied people over there. Starting Tuesday off on kind of on a frenzied note.
Yeah.
Pushing that button, just take the money. And
all they want me to do is...
Push the button! Push the button!
That's right. I'm pushing the button. That's all I can do, Bonnie.
But what's the outcome when you do push the button?
That's exactly what happens when I push the button.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, but then again, if I push the wrong button, that's going to happen. That's right. So we don't want to be pushing that button.
Well, it could be the right button because, some release.
Yeah, definitely so. I don't know what kind of release you're talking about, but anyway, hey, it's 6:08. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Get Up and Go Show. I am all, I don't want to say I'm all liquored up, so I guess I'll say I'm all sugared up this morning. Had my yogurt, had my applesauce that I have each and every morning, and I'm ready to drive this crazy train, as Ozzy Osbourne would say, for about 3 hours, and hopefully steer you in the right direction and entertain you and give you the best that AM morning radio has to offer from our palatial studios right here in beautiful Stuart, Florida, as they call it.
Well, you be Ozzy and I'll be your Randy Rhodes for a while.
Oh, now that's a
Show.
combination.
Yeah.
I remember Randy Rhodes is still doing her radio show.
Oh, Randy Rhodes. I'm talking about with Crazy Train, Ozzy's good buddy and guitarist.
Oh, I know Randy Rhodes, the radio show host.
Okay.
She's a good friend of mine, actually.
Okay, very good.
She's a little batty, but that's okay. No pun intended there.
Uh-oh. Might be listening.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't care. There's no filter here. Remember that. I speak my piece. So anyway, what'd you do when you get out of here yesterday?
Oh, just worked. I had a full slate of massage yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday morning and on into the afternoon. So I made some incredible money.
Oh.
So you know what? I could not ask for more.
That's a song by Sarah Evans, by the way. Could not ask for more. Just so you know. Yes,
it is.
Country song. Beautiful slow song.
Very nice. And I had all new people on my table yesterday.
Did you really? How many people did you rub? Did you count?
Quite a few.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 50?
About 5.
Oh,
and,
5.
Okay. Everybody brand new. And, it's nice to meet new people during the day. And
so you had 5 massages.
Clients, I'm hoping that will come back to me.
So that's 5 hours worth of massaging because they're probably 1 hour each and then a half hour in between to clean and sanitize.
That's right.
So that's, let me see, 5 times half hour is 1, 2, 2.5 hours. So you had a 7.5 hour day yesterday.
Yeah, I had a pretty long day. Besides working here yesterday too at the morning show, and where I work out in Palm City, I'm really proud of them because they do it right with the sanitizing. And when we got back after COVID, after being gone a whole month and a half, the organization and establishment really had things neatly put in place to we're all going to get back and be practical about this and keep everybody safe.
So let me ask you a question because, you're more than a massage therapist. You're kind of like a mental therapist because people, they vent on you. They spill their beans. They okay. Just in general, what is the strangest thing somebody's ever told you? You've had to hear some pretty wicked crap when they're on your table.
It's not the strangest thing that somebody told me, but the strangest thing somebody's ever done, which wasn't enough for me to walk out of the room and say, okay, I'm going to end this massage.
Okay.
But and I have a sense of humor about me, so I had to keep from laughing at his name.
All right, go ahead.
So we're safe with that.
Okay.
He had said he'd been in Thailand or somewhere with a great massage from the ladies there, and they pulled my hair.
What? Wait a minute.
So
Wait a minute. Stop the press. This guy pulled your hair, or he wanted you to pull his hair.
yes. So
really?
he is laying face up, which we call supine in the medical and supine in the
with the towel draped appropriately certain area.
Oh, absolutely. Towel draping has to be, done just we call it proper draping.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, they pulled on my hair. So he's looking up at me and says, just grab it, Bonnie. Just grab my hair and pull it.
Wow.
And to me, it was, very hilarious at the time.
And he was laying face up.
Yeah.
So you grabbed each side of his head like this, and you just went like that one time.
Yeah. You can
just like shake the hell out of him like that.
Just a nice pull,
One pull, like a tug.
Yeah, like tugging it. So,
really?
Just a nice
I got no hair to pull, so I wouldn't have to worry about that.
But look, now with your condition, Evan, we would take you and
don't even tell me what you would do.
What's called a little nice neck pull. I would have my hands greased with my lotion.
Okay.
As you were looking up, I would take your neck. I would tell your neck muscles to relax your neck muscles, relax your body, let your head fall back.
Okay.
Just place it in my hands and let it fall. And then I would nice and slippery pull on your neck.
Okay.
Like
interesting.
And it feels, it's one of my best moves.
I still can't believe that this guy told you to pull his hair. That's weird.
And you know what? That
had to come across as a little strange.
It's funny. I mean,
does he come in regularly for a hair pull?
I haven't seen him again. So maybe he went to have the girls do it in Thailand. I don't know where he went.
I can just see he comes in the front door and on the intercom, they push the button. Bonnie Ashley, your customer's here for his daily hair pulling session. Please come to the front. Wow. Okay.
So that's maybe the funniest, strangest session, but I've been fortunate. In 5 years I've been doing this, Evan. I've never had a moment where I had to leave a massage because somebody grabbed me or somebody did anything inappropriate with showing their private parts. I've never had to encounter that.
Okay, that's a good thing. That's a sign of respect.
Been fortunate.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, has anybody ever dumped their emotions on you on your table? I mean, I'm sure. How many years have you been at this place?
5
years.
Yeah.
I'm sure that in 5 years, somebody has had to dump their raw emotions on you and broke down and just vented.
Yeah,
about whatever.
I've had maybe one or two, which I really can't disclose.
Welcome to the Dr. Bonnie show.
So yeah, I would. I have with the conversation part, I would rather not repeat.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's why I approached it the way that I did. But the hair pulling, I'm going to have to talk to Phil or Fredo and get their opinions on this a little later on when they call in.
For some, it might feel pretty good. I mean, I do a head rub anyway, so it's like, yeah, I could pull your hair. It's not like I don't touch the head and rub the scalp with discretion. We have to have. If we touch the scalp, the face, there are parts, the glutes that's your butt area, your feet. We have to get it. We have to get it in writing that it's disclosed that you can work on certain areas.
Okay.
So it's in writing.
That's understandable.
And it's also discretion when you have your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Now, see, when I go to bed at night, I try to get my wife to rub my head for me. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's a very relaxing thing because she has nails and I lay on my side. So she's on, like, if I'm on this side of the bed, she's on this side of the bed. I can only fall asleep one way. I have to be on my right shoulder laying this way to be able to fall asleep. Yeah. I can't lay on my left side and fall asleep. I don't know what it is. And halfway through the night, I wake up and then I flip. And then I'm facing the opposite way. So my butt is facing my wife. So God help her. She deals with me in the middle of the night with that.
When she rubs your head with those nails, that must feel awfully good.
It's very relaxing, but she doesn't like dig in. Yeah. Okay. She just, it's kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it's just she'll just kind of go just like around this area and then in the backside, and it's really invigorating. And then every now and then I'll get like a migraine or something like that, and I'll ask her to rub my head for me. So she'll stand in front of me, and I'll put my forehead on her belly and just lean down while she's standing, and she'll just like, I don't know. She has these magical hands.
Oh, that
I don't know how she
sounds
does it.
lovely.
But my headaches usually start like right. See where I'm pointing right here?
Yeah.
Behind my ear, and then they'll go all the way like that, like a circle.
And
so she'll rub like right where I'm rubbing, and press like with both fingers, and she'll go in a circle, and it just bam, it's gone instant. She's like Dr. Doolittle.
She's doing it right. And where you put your first finger, Evan, is the beginning of what's called your occipital line.
My what line?
It's
so your right there is my occipital line.
Yep, and it goes all the way around behind your neck to the other side. That line is your occipital line.
Okay.
And it's actually connected to your eyeballs.
Oh.
So what your wife is doing is right. And even if she has you lay face up, she can take her hands and her fingers underneath
and like put my head in her palm of her hands, and then go like this as well. Yeah. See, I sit like, like I'm sitting in the chair now, and I just kind of lean forward, and she'll just like massage like right in here. And oh my God, it's like decadence. It's the best thing ever. She could
be a therapist too. It sounds very good to me.
I've told her to look into that, but she's very happy teaching kids.
As a teacher, yeah.
Definitely so.
As she should be, because with our conversations and her subjects and her topics, she sounds very, very good.
Yeah, she's good at what she does. She tolerates the kids and all that other good stuff. But yeah, man, that's definitely very relaxing, especially when you get a migraine headache. Ooh, man, it's brutal. But and sometimes she doesn't know her own strength. Like last night, we were I've the last day or so I've had a lot of pain in my back from lifting a lot of my DJ equipment, because I hadn't done it a while and I hadn't lifted my big stuff. So I'm in pain today, as a matter of fact. But I came home yesterday and she goes, I want a hug. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a hug. And she knows I'm in pain. So she reaches around back and she starts with her fingers and starts pressing in my back with her fingers as she's hugging me. And she hit like something that like really made me like almost jump through the ceiling in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my God, holy crap. What are you doing?
Yeah.
She goes, I was only just pressing lightly. I'm like, man, you did something because you hit a nerve or something.
Isn't it funny how it is all connected? Parts of your body are like related to other parts of your body. It's just like the song,
wicked.
The thigh bone
connected to the
thigh bone.
Yeah,
the song that they played in Rain Man when Rain Man was listening to it.
Right.
It's all connected, Evan.
Yeah, well, I think we should get connected right now and do a little bit of news and connect our listening audience to what is happening in today's society. So, with that said, let's go to the news desk, 6:20 right now. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. President Donald Trump hit the campaign trail for the first time since his coronavirus diagnosis. Trump attended a rally in Sanford, Florida on Monday before thousands of supporters who were standing shoulder to shoulder. The majority of those in attendance were not donning face coverings, flouting public health recommendations. After the president boarded Air Force One for the flight to Florida, presidential physician Dr. Sean Conley confirmed that Trump has tested negative for coronavirus, as is no longer infectious. Trump declared himself immune from the coronavirus to his supporters on Monday. Florida polls show Biden's lead is within the margin of error. Only one major poll, last week's Quinnipiac survey, had Biden's lead ahead of the margin error. Biden's Ohio rally will be akin to a drive-in with supporters spaced out in a parking lot. The backdrop of the rallies are amid a rise in coronavirus cases throughout the U.S. On Friday. Ohio reported its highest number of coronavirus cases in a single day, with 1,840 confirmed infections. Florida, though, is among a handful of states seeing a decrease in cases following a summer surge. While cases are declining, coronavirus coronavirus-related deaths have remained high in the state. All told, the coronavirus has claimed the lives of more than 15,000 Floridians. Voters have just 22 days now to decide on a presidential candidate. The United States Supreme Court heard a Treasure Coast veteran's case Tuesday after she says she has been trying for years to get justice for being raped in the military. WPTV's Treasure Coast reporter Megan McRoberts has the story.
Because of COVID-19, Harmony Allen will not be able to be at the Supreme Court in person, but she is in D.C. and will be listening to the hearing at Congressman Brian Mast's D.C. office.
I am feeling a whole bunch of emotions.
Getting settled into her Washington, D.C. hotel room, Harmony Allen is bracing for a court hearing years in the making.
Throughout my military career, I tried to get justice.
Harmony was raped while serving in the military. Sergeant Richard Collins threatened her life.
And the military just sort of kept sweeping it under the rug.
She reported the rape multiple times, but for some years kept Collins' name secret for fear of what might happen.
In 2000, in 2001, in 2006, in 2011.
It wasn't until 2014 that she finally got the case to go through military trials. In 2017, Collins was convicted of rape, battery, and assault.
And he was sentenced to 16 and a half years.
How much of his sentence did he actually serve?
He only served 2 years.
Collins appealed the sentence and won. The court said a 5-year statute of limitations came into play in sexual assault before 2006. While Harmony reported the crime, she didn't disclose Collins' name for 11 years, but she didn't quietly accept Collins' release from prison.
They were set free with all of their military benefits. They were set free with back pay.
She wrote to Congressman Brian Mast, who took an interest in supporting her case.
So he went ahead and submitted it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and one of the most exciting days was when the Supreme Court accepted my case.
The case was delayed because of COVID-19, but now she hopes she will once again get a chance at justice.
And I want them to state that there is no statute of limitations for rape.
There's no time frame for when a decision will be made in this case, but Harmony tells me she understands that it could possibly take months. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
A Fort Pierce woman died after she was shot in the parking lot of a bar Sunday morning. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office deputies said Alexis McKinley, age 26 of Fort Pierce, died Sunday. Sheena Nunn, a longtime friend of McKinley's, said she will be missed by the many people who have loved her and being around her. Around 1:40 a.m. Sunday, sheriff's deputies were called about a shooting in the parking lot of the Backroom Tavern in the 8200 block of South US 1. McKinley and 2 other people had been shot, deputies said. They did not release the names, ages, or conditions of the 2 other people Monday. Lastly, the Army Corps of Engineers will announce Wednesday when Lake Okeechobee discharges to the St. Lucie and Caloosahatchee rivers will start. That's a slight delay in what the agency previously said that it would announce details Monday or Tuesday for discharges that could start Tuesday or Wednesday. The exact rate of flow will be announced too, but Colonel Andrew Kelly, the agency's commander for Florida, said Friday it likely will be 1.16 billion gallons a day east to the St. Lucie and 2.59 billion gallons a day west to the Caloosahatchee. The discharges could last a month or more, Kelly said. The Corps will stop the discharges as soon as possible, he added, but the duration ultimately will depend on rainfall and the amount of water flowing into the lake. Well, the Tampa Bay Rays had a hero last night with Manny Margot. Yes, Margot was the star of Tampa Bay's 4-2 victory in Game 2 of the AL Championship Series as the Rays grabbed a 2-0 lead in the series by showcasing his skills on both sides of the ball. Now at the plate, Margot's first inning 3-run homer off Houston starter Lance McCullers Jr. gave the Rays a lead they never relinquished. In the field, his tumbling over the wall catch of a foul drive off the bat of Houston's George Springer with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position in the second inning, stuffed an Astros rally. Our news time is 6:26, so we'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:27 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, we're not finding anything tying up the roads on this Tuesday morning. US 1 is looking fine. Major highways are clear right now. And there's your latest look at traffic. In Stewart, we have 73. And in Banos, Ecuador this morning, a clear sky and it's 30. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine, starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and mid 60s inland. We'll see mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s with lower humidity. It's not going to feel as hot today. Lots of sunshine and low rain chances. Tomorrow, a few more showers drifting in from off the ocean. Morning lows in the upper 60s with highs in the upper 80s. Thursday through Friday, that moisture increases. Rain chances going up. Highs in the upper 80s with a little bit more humidity. For the weekend, an approaching front will help dry things out again. More sunshine with lower rain chances with highs in the mid 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Well, good morning.
Today is a very special day.
It's a very special day. Why is today a special day?
It's National M&M Day.
You like M&Ms? We got M&Ms.
And you requested a bottomless bowl of peanut M&Ms.
I'm gonna get so many M&Ms.
Go bananas on those M&Ms, huh?
They just melt in your mouth.
They melt in your mouth. They're delicious.
Green M&Ms.
Enough chit chat.
It's showtime.
Yeah, they melt in your mouth and not in your hand, and I will never request a bottomless bowl of peanut M&Ms. Sorry, just not gonna happen.
Oh! I kind of considered you can't do the peanut kind, but do you like the plain chocolatey M&Ms?
Yep, you give me a big bag of M&Ms and I'll devour them in 3 hours.
You know,
right here on the air.
I'll bring some in for you. Maybe we get closer to Halloween.
Yep.
So maybe we'll be eating the Jelly Bellies and the M&Ms coming up soon.
Anything is possible. I'm debating on, Phil's going to be with us tomorrow. And, of course, when Phil's here, we do Phil's taste test.
Yes. Is he coming to the studio with
I don't know.
us?
See, I was going to have a conversation with you about that because we have another round of Bamboozle to do, but not with those beans. Okay? The next Bamboozled is the jelly beans that progressively get hotter. So they just start with sriracha.
Ooh.
Sriracha, I think that's how you say it. Now, sriracha is just a very mild spice. And you start out with that one. and then you work your way up a little bit, like you wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you do the next one and do the next one. So I wanted to see if it was okay with you if we did that with you and Phil on the air in studio tomorrow.
I think I would.
Are you okay with that?
I'd be up for it because they'd taste maybe a little bit above.
Well, the taste won't taste like poop or barf or nothing like that.
Yeah, the vomit.
It's just a spice.
And
it's a spice.
I think we had rotten eggs, a spoiled egg, or spoiled milk that we tasted last week.
Exactly.
Spicy, I could do. I think.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you can. So I'll have Phil actually come in studio then tomorrow.
It'll be nice to have his presence with us again.
Now, are you a fan of hot sauces?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, hot sauce is going to make a great Christmas gift, especially for guys coming up. Right. Especially guys like a lot of hot sauce. Yeah. There's even hot sauce clubs like Fuego Box. Okay. Where you can join and become a member of a hot sauce club. They home deliver hot sauce you never heard of once a month. So it's kind of like a surprise, and it's kind of like a subscription. You get a hot sauce bottle every single month.
Instead of them getting a hottie every month, they get a hot sauce every month.
Right. They get a hot sauce every month. They get a hot sauce is what they get. So the question of the morning for a Tuesday is, I want to know what's the best hot sauces out there. Okay. I would love to know what the best hot sauce is out there. And I want to know also, whether you make your own, and if you do, how you do it. Okay, so we're going to ask people to call in at 220-9788. We want to know what the best hot sauce is that is out there in the market today, as far as that goes. Okay, so in the meantime, while we were waiting for some calls to come in, let's do some viral videos. Recently, Bonnie, a cruise ship captain named Kate McHugh, has gone viral with a video of herself calling out an internet troll to captain a ship, but incorrectly wrote "your" instead of YOU''RE. And she rips this guy a new one. Let's listen.
Normally, as I'm scrolling through comments and I see something like this, I totally ignore it and move on with my life. But in this day and age, I'm shocked that someone still doesn't know the difference between your and your. So just a quick reference, your as in you are, like you are sexist. Your is something possessive. It belongs to you, like your ignorance. But don't worry, I'm here for you. If you need any more clarification, you can find me here in my captain's chair.
Did you like that? Your ignorance.
I loved it. Not only
she threw him under the bus, all four wheels included.
She's a cruise captain, and she's very smart with her grammar. So grammar with a
Hello,
grandma.
Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. But she sure showed him. I see that on Facebook too once in a while, Evan, where sometimes the posts I laugh at if they don't use the proper, like maybe there's there and there, like THEY
RE, like they are.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And there, THEIR, and there's also there, THERE. Right. And so many times it's fascinating. I will find the wrong spelling for each of the sentences that they're using, and then I sort of laugh at it too.
There's a jewelry store clerk named Zoe Rowe who recently said on a TikTok video that she blew up a guy's affair by accidentally putting the personalized gifts he bought for his wife and mistress in each other's bags. Well, maybe not accidentally, but purposely. This is a complete genius at work. Let's listen in on what she did.
Okay, story time. So I work at a jewelry store, and today a man came in looking for a gift for his wife for their 10th year anniversary. He ended up picking out a piece that said, "My beautiful wife." And I said, "Anything else for you today?" And he said, "No, that's it for her. But I do want to make another purchase using a separate credit card. And could you possibly create a different account for me?" And I said, "Sure. What are you looking for?" And he said, "Do you have anything that says girlfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it. And do you have anything that says happy 1 year anniversary to go with it?" And I said, Yes. And he said, perfect, I'll take it. So I boxed everything up all nice and I put them in their respected bags. He had me mark a K for Kristen on the bottom of his wife's bag and an L for Laura on the bottom of his girlfriend's bag. I put pretty bows on them. I handed it to him. I said, they're going to love it. Have a nice day. And he said, thank you. I just remembered that his wife's name is Laura and his girlfriend's name is Kristen. I must have mixed up the bags.
Well, there's a slight problem that's going to happen.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like she did it on purpose.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm wondering who's going to come out ahead in this. I think I'm rooting for the wife whose name is Kristen.
Yeah.
Did she say the wife was?
I'm sure. So like we were talking about before, Bonnie, we're talking about hot sauces that are going to make a great gift for guys. You know, like I said, there's this hot sauce club called Fuego Box where they deliver a hot sauce a month. You don't know what the name of it is. They just deliver it to you. Is there any kind of hot sauce that you like? Because I can't eat hot sauce because I get really bad heartburn.
Yeah, I don't have any preference. I just kind of buy the cheapest one, usually off the shelf. I'll grab Louisiana hot sauce or, any kind of sauce that's reasonably priced. To me, it all kind of tastes the same. But
it's all hot.
Yeah, it's not all hot. And
what's the hottest hot sauce or hottest pepper you've ever eaten?
Oh gosh, the hottest thing might have been. It's not pepper, but it's wasabi. I mean, that's probably as hot as I'll go. I don't think I've had any of those like ghost peppers or.
George grows those up in Kentucky. He's going to send some down.
Yeah, and
so
if I would eat one of those will probably be the hottest ones that I've had. I haven't had that hot before.
All right, so I want to find out from some callers right now. What is the best hot sauce that you have ever heard? So let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Tell us, what is the best hot sauce you've ever had?
Wild turkey, jalapeno, hot sauce you get at Arby's. Yeah, Arby's has a hot sauce they put out on the tables. Now you can buy it, but it's the wild turkey habanero. It's kind of a sweet heat. Pretty good stuff, man. Right. You know, ribs, all kinds of good stuff. And wild turkey, so I guess you can eat and get drunk at the same time.
Wow, eat and get drunk at the same time.
I like it.
I like that guy's analogy. All right, thanks for the call. Let's go to the next call. Hi, you're on the air.
I make my own, man. I've got a buddy of mine that raises ghost chilies and habaneros. Dry them out, crush them into a powder, put just a little bit of water and make a paste. You don't even like 2 drops of that, man, and anything, and you're going to go to the hospital.
Wow, so he makes his own.
I agree with him. Well, like the habaneros,
Yeah.
those are the red peppers,
Right.
the little red peppers, and I have put them in like a chili before.
Okay.
Not meaning to make it extremely hot because I only put in a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah, like him, I have used those before.
Okay. All right. Let's take another call. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Tell us about your hot sauce.
There was one that I remember when I was stationed down in Fort Jackson. A buddy of mine lived down in Georgia, and I hang out, Google. The only thing I remember about the bottle is it had on the bottom of the label a real that burned Atlanta down. But I can't remember the technical name of it, but that stuff was pretty brutal.
Wow. That's some hot stuff.
That there is.
All right. Let's try another line here. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Tell us about your hot sauce.
Tabasco, it's a standard, good old standby standard.
Yeah, it is.
But the point I wanted to make was, what good is a hot sauce if it's too damn hot to eat? Too hot is useless.
Well, I don't know about that, Bonnie. Some people like their hot sauce hot.
Some people, just like
Kind of like that song, Some Like It Hot.
Yeah, and they sweat when the heat is on.
Oh, that's even worse when you start busting out in a sweat and you turn red and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's what Gary tells me. Like, I've cooked for us for the chili cook-off a few times before, and Gary always tells me to do like a 5-alarm chili. He says you're going to win with the judges when the judges eat that chili, Bonnie, and their brow starts to sweat.
Yeah.
That's right with that.
That's when you know it's good, is when the brow starts sweating.
Yeah.
Let's take a couple more calls. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie.
Yes, I probably use more Texas Pete than anything else, but my favorite has got to be a brand called Hula Girl.
Hula Girl. Okay,
Hula
never
Girl.
heard of that one.
I
Bonnie,
ne-
you ever heard of Hula Girl?
I never heard of that either, but
Okay,
I'm sure
that's an interesting one.
probably order it from Amazon or
Okay.
something.
Amazon.
Somewhere. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure we could order some.
All right. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Tell us about your hot sauce.
Little Snores. Well, actually, I got it for Christmas. I couldn't tell you where they got it, man, but I just about used it all. It tastes like it's got a little vinegar with it.
Okay. All right. Something with a little vinegar in it. All right. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. I prefer salsa to hot sauce.
Salsa.
I do love my salsas.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so you like you get the chips and all that other good stuff.
oh yeah, like I like the medium salsa, like that guy that called just a minute or two ago, where he
Mhm.
said, "Why do you like it too hot? If it's too hot, you can't even eat it.
Right.
Yeah, if it's too hot, I don't want it on my chips." But kind of like in between with that happy medium.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my friend made that good. I think he put. One time he rock and rolled it by putting pineapple in the salsa.
Okay.
And another time I had mango salsa from my friend Rob in Port St. Lucie. He made this on his own. It was like homemade.
Oh, okay.
And it was so good that when you get the kind of like the hot and the sweet on your potato chips.
Right.
Oh, yummy.
That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Seems pretty interesting. Now, last night, Gavin came home from work and he brought a pub sub home. He calls it a pub sub. And he says, Dad, the chicken tender pub subs were on sale. So I got one. I'm like, okay. You know, and it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and I was getting ready to go to bed. I ate so I said to Gavin, I walked up to him at the dining room table. I said, hey, do you mind if I grab a small piece of your sub? Just, you know, a couple of bites. I'll get a knife and I'll cut a piece off. And he goes, no, Dad. He goes, there's a whole nother stuff here you can have if you want. I'm like, I don't want a whole half a sub. That'll give me heartburn all night. So he goes, all right, go get a knife. So I got a knife and I cut a piece off and I bit into it. And little did I find out there was pepper jack cheese on it. And pepper jack cheese has got a little bit of a bite to it. And I don't like spicy stuff.
Oh, it does have a little bit of a bite.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't like spicy stuff. So I was like, Gavin, your sub's got a little bit of a bite to it. And he goes, yeah, Dad, there's pepper jack on it. I'm like, gee, thanks for telling me.
Were you up all night then with heartburn?
No. It was only, honestly, it was just like this much.
Yeah.
It was like maybe I cut like on a sub, I only cut like a half-inch off.
Right.
Which was like maybe 3 or 4 bites, if even that. But it was good. It was very good. But the pepper jack, I didn't like pepper jack cheese.
You know, I love the pepper jack cheese, and I bought them by the slices recently, and I'll just take a whole bite out or a whole slice out of the fridge and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if any of the listeners could help me out, because there was a pepper jack cheese. I used to get it at Publix,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was called Williams or some kind of like Williamson or Williams brand.
Okay.
They said it was kind of seasonal.
Okay.
And
Did you go to the deli and buy it? Did you have to get it over the counter at the deli and like when they keep the meat in the cabinet there and you have them slice it, or is it already prepackaged?
No, it was right in the cheese section,
Okay.
just wrapped up like your basic cheese in a cheese block.
Well,
And
we could call Publix live on the air this morning when they open up at 7, and we could find out if they
could.
carry that,
and it was,
and then have them just bring it here. I'll throw somebody like $20 to bring it here.
no, don't do that, Evan.
Sure, why not? What do you got to lose?
But it was the creamiest tasting, the best pepper jack cheese I've ever had.
Okay.
And for the life of me, every time I'm in that section of Publix, I look and I can't find it anymore.
Gone.
Yeah, but I better look it up to see. I think it was Williams, but before we would call them, I'm going to look it up on the website to see if I'm right with
All right.
by saying the Williams
So
brand.
make sure and do that, and make sure that you find out exactly what the name brand is, so this way we get it right. We don't look like a bunch of idiots calling somewhere.
That's right.
It is 6:46 on the Get Up and Go show. It's the Tuesday edition. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. A person is in custody following a domestic dispute in Jupiter Monday night. The incident happened at the Egrets Landing neighborhood. WPTV's Todd Wilson has more.
From speaking with an officer out here, he says that the situation has come to a close after a lengthy negotiation. They finally have someone in custody. Jupiter police say the situation is domestic in nature. For hours, they searched for someone in the subdivision. Squad cars blocked the entrance to the subdivision, which in turn forced many people to park on the side of the road for hours. Here's what one neighbor had to say about the situation.
No, it's a sad situation, and it will resolve itself. And Jupiter Police are here in large presence, and they're capable hands.
Once again, I want to let you know that Jupiter Police Department says that they do have someone in custody. In Jupiter, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
Campaign visits to Florida this week by President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are indications that the Sunshine State is still a big prize to winning the White House. WPTV's Matt Cessny takes a closer look at why campaigns are vying for your vote.
Whether it's South Florida or Central Florida, campaigning in the Sunshine State is still part of the strategy for Democrats and Republicans.
We are ground zero for any presidential election.
Peter Feynman is a Florida Republican committeeman. Christian Olvert is a senior advisor for the Democrats.
There's no denying it. It's a one-point state, and we're treating it as such.
Elections are close, but in recent years, Florida has leaned red. And for the president, winning here, some suggest, is a personal matter.
As Florida is important to him. He loves Florida. He's now made it his full-time home. So, yes, he wants to win his home state.
The recent surge in voting by mail in Florida has brought new urgency into both campaigns in Florida as registered Democrats are returning ballots ahead of Republicans.
We take every phase of voting very seriously and aggressively. And while we are excited with the numbers we see today, we don't take the foot off the gas by any means.
And that likely means more campaign visits here in the closing weeks.
It's the state of Florida, so it's going to come down to the wires.
We're going to get more attention than I think we ever have had in any presidential election.
And there is still time for all of that attention. 3 weeks remain for the campaigns to keep coming to Florida. However, early voting starts here next Monday. In West Palm Beach, Matt Cessny, WPTV News Channel 5.
Sam's Club is going to hire 2,000 seasonal workers to aid with the upcoming holiday season. In a press release, the retail company said they're looking for extra help as they gear up for more days of deals and an influx in shoppers. The positions will be in their fulfillment and distribution centers. Sam's Club said the positions would be full-time, fulfillment center hourly holiday season, the company said. And lastly, Roberta McCain, the mother of late Senator John McCain, has died at the remarkable age of 108. Cindy McCain, the senator's widow, announced her mother-in-law's passing on Twitter on Monday. "I couldn't have asked for a better role model or a better friend," she wrote. She joins her husband Jack, her son John, and daughter Sandy. The family celebrated the matriarch's 108th birthday in February. Exciting game we had last night in the NFL with the Saints beating the Chargers, and they did do it in overtime, 30-27. We have some Tuesday night football. Can you believe? This is weird. Tuesday night football. We have a game on tonight with Buffalo at Tennessee. My pick in Lenny's Pick'em League for tonight's game as the Packer backer. I'm picking Buffalo, possibly eating crow tomorrow. News time is 6:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:52 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, in the Port St. Lucie area, it looks like all the way in Stewart, the Hobe Sound area on I-95 northbound and southbound, we have some foggy issues. So there's a fog warning in that area of I-95, through Port St. Lucie down to Hobe Sound, down to Jupiter. So slow down on I-95, just use caution. Otherwise, no accidents. There's your latest look at traffic. And right now it's 73 in Stewart. In Overland Park, Kansas, it's clear in 56. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine. Starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and 60s inland. Mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s with lower humidity. It's not going to feel as hot today. Lots of sunshine and low rain chances. Tomorrow, a few more showers drifting in from off the ocean. Morning lows in the upper 60s with highs in the upper 80s. Thursday through Friday, that moisture increases, rain chances going up. Highs in the upper 80s with a little bit more humidity. For the weekend, an approaching front will help dry things out again. More sunshine with lower rain chances with highs in the mid-80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
6:55, almost 6:56 on the Get Up and Go show. And boy, the topic about the hot sauce has really taken off, especially on our Facebook page. Mark Hales is chiming in all the way from England over the London area. And he's chiming in regards to the topic. He said he likes Encona sauce or Encona sauce. It's a hot pepper sauce. And he also likes what's called Levi Roots Reggae sauce, which is an extra hot type of sauce. He's a big fan of a lot of spicy foods like Vindaloo chicken and prawn. Do you know what prawn is by any chance, Bonnie? Because I damn sure don't.
Prawn, is it spelled Praun?
Prawn, yes.
WN.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had the prawn hot sauce, but with a name like prawn, it's got to be hot.
No, prawn is the food he likes.
Oh, okay.
Prawn is the food he likes.
Prawn.
Right. Vindaloo chicken and prawn, what he likes is what he says.
I would have to look that up to see what prawn actually is.
Also on shrimp, he also says on shrimp he likes it too.
Here's the hot pepper cheese from Williams.
Is that what it is?
I have
Okay.
been right with the brand, and it
Okay.
has such good creamy texture. And I know that's the cheese because that's the
Okay.
kind of like, it's not a real white color. It's
All
kind
right.
of more of a mild yellowish color.
All right.
Williams cheese, but I think
I guarantee you my phone's going to ring and it's going to be Marty Jacobson because
Yeah?
he just called my cell phone and hung up, and he probably accidentally dialed my cell phone and he meant to call the studio line. So there's going to be a joke coming. I know there is.
Hopefully
there is, or a text.
I'm hoping it's a joke.
Bam, I told you. Marty Jacobson just texted me. It's like clockwork.
But sometimes we get a traffic report from Marty too, and I'm hoping it is a joke. And,
no,
not a traffic report.
There's no traffic report because he's chiming in the conversation this morning. He likes to eat spicy shrimp, so Marty enjoys spicy type of shrimp. Now, what kind of spicy shrimp? I have no idea.
Oh, I know. The last time I was at Longhorn Steakhouse, so my friend Allison tells me to have this. I think it was called 7 Season Spice.
Okay.
And put the 7 Season Spice on your shrimp. And that was just awesome. Some of the best shrimp I've ever had in a while. You know, it was spicy just so, but it wasn't so spicy that it was so hot that I couldn't take a bite of my shrimp. I think it's called 7 Seasons, 7 Spices.
All right.
And it was spiced just right. And you can kind of like put that on everything. You can put it on your steak if you want to.
So the world's most hottest sauce that is out there is called Mad Dog 357 Plutonium number 9. And it comes in at 9 million Scoville hotness units. Wow.
Oh.
Mad Dog 357.
Yeah.
Some of
that would, if you just take like one bite of that would just like blow smoke out of your ears.
It would probably blow smoke out your arse also.
I think
literally.
I think Gary took his nephew to like Hurricane Wings one time and dared him to eat like maybe all of his chicken wings with like the hottest sauce in the house.
Yeah, you'd be doing this all day without a doubt.
And I even think if I remember right, I think he said like the waitress even overheard and wouldn't even allow it to go on because it could be oh so dangerous.
It'd be brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be brutal. It's crazy that this sauce is this hot. The Mad Dog 357 Plutonium number 9.
Oh yeah, I don't even
9 million Scoville hotness units.
You wouldn't even dare take the smallest little dab, like a pin needle dab of it with your finger.
No,
now,
not
would
even.
you?
Not even.
It would send you into all that hotness.
No, you'd go into convulsions. We have to step back for a moment. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Here comes the news, and then more with Evan and Bonnie.
Coming to you live from Seward, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7:07 on the Get Up and Go Show.
You guys are living the good life.
We are always living the good life.
I heard that.
That's because we are the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
I know that's right.
That's right. You better believe it.
Oh, God, I'm bored already.
How can you be bored with this cutting, riveting entertainment? Wow, I can't believe somebody out of the gall to say they're bored, Bonnie.
I can't believe it either.
That's crazy.
Never
That's
boring.
Crazy. Anyway, the hot topic of the morning, no pun intended, we're talking about hot sauce and everybody's chiming in. And there's a site for the Mad Dog 757 Plutonium, and I found a video challenge. They have videos of people actually doing it. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. Let's listen.
I have no ego here. Hold on. Dude, put it in your mouth.
Here we go.
Nothing, right? Oh. Oh, man, this is going to be bad. That much? Yeah.
It was just like a smidge on a toothpick.
No, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Just. Oh, no.
Someone's welding.
Oh, my God. Somewhere, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just swallowed it. Going down with that. I've got it.
This is.
I'm a dragon.
They're hurting. They're hurting.
Yeah.
This is major. This is like really major, right?
It's going to be. Wow.
It's major.
Oh, I can immediately feel it in my stomach. I did like this, literally the smallest amount that I can physically put on a toothpick, and it's like scary how hot it is. How are you feeling?
I'm trying to get in my happy place.
This guy's really hurting, Bonnie.
My eyes are so close to just watering.
I can do another small, tiny little.
Oh, this guy's got a big set. He's doing a second.
It's unbelievable, though.
All right, here he goes. There it is on his tongue. He's tasting it. The other guy is like, he's.
Oh.
I saw the smoke go out his ears.
It's like this. Wherever it is, it's just like lighting a pure flame directly on it. So like I put it on the right side of my tongue, and the second one I put on the left side of my tongue. I can literally see or feel like streaks of like fire going down each side of it.
Okay.
Somebody send them some Rolaids.
Oh my God! I immediately feel it in my stomach though, which scares me. How see it's like
This
scares
guy,
me to
the other guy, he's starting to
How are you
breathe
doing?
really heavy.
That's scary.
What's a your punching bag? Your punching bag? It's the thing that had the dangly. It's the dangly time. You're dangly.
He's about to Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
he's
you
about
okay?
to lose his cookies.
You're reacting pretty gnarly. You got tear? There's a little bit of tear happening. I've
had a lot on that toothpick.
I am honestly, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You ever like like part of.
That's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad.
Well, that's bad to eat something when something's going to make you not be able to breathe.
A bottle of that is $105.
No,
$105. I would spend $105 just to and fly Mark Hales all the way over here from England just to have him try it on the air.
Yeah, to show us maybe
Because
that
he would
can
do it. I know he would do it.
The only thing I would use that for is maybe to use a little bit of it in like a mixture of a recipe, and that's a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that would overkill anything that I made.
Yeah, let's get to birthdays and anniversaries. Time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. Bonnie, what do you got for me? Anything?
Evan, we have to say happy birthday to our number one listener.
Who?
I think he's our number one listener even on Facebook is
All right.
Tony Matson.
Tony Matson. Happy
Tony.
birthday, Tony. Hey, yo, Tony. How you doing? How you doing, Tony? We got a phone call. Also, let's go to the phones. We never keep our callers waiting, and I think they hung up. Oh, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie, and they hung up. God dang it.
In our local,
I hate when that happens.
Our localness of birthdays too. We have Mickey Howie Wick from
Okay.
Jensen Beach Happy birthday to you, Mickey.
All right. I was trying to call him back.
Yes. Longtime friend of mine.
All right.
She's the mother of young Jack, who used to be with us on the coast.
Okay.
So happy birthday, and hope the Wick family all is well with you and that you're celebrating.
Yeah.
Having some fun today, too.
Tiffany Trump, 27 years old today. That's the Donald's daughter with Marla Maples. Marla Maples' daughter. Tiffany Trump, Donald's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, Donald and Marla's daughter is Tiffany Trump. I remember her from the campaigns a while back. I don't know if she was on the. I saw her on TV at least one time. But I do see the other daughter and the brothers a whole lot more. But yeah, as I recall, I do remember seeing Tiffany Trump on the podium.
All right. Let's try this again, and let's see if this phone line will work. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. I hear them there, but nobody's there. Okay, I guess they hung up.
Yeah.
All right.
We were hoping it would be Marty calling.
Yeah, or somebody.
Marty, we would like you to call and make it a good call, not a traffic call. He's really up on traffic usually and tells us what's going on there.
Red Atkins is 51 years old today. That's the country singer. Nancy Kerrigan is 51 also. That's Tanya Harding's whip arse victim.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
That was such a bad incident.
Yeah.
When she was coming out of practicing skating there in Detroit, and then one of those thugs clubbed her on the leg, and then she couldn't proceed to skate. And I think Tanya did, and Tanya went on to she was able to go in one or two more events where she placed like second or third place. But then with all that incidents afterward, Tanya was no longer able to skate anymore for the rest of her years. So that was a very bad time.
Marie Osmond, 61 years old today. How about that? All right. Somebody keeps calling.
Marie Osmond, and no longer on the talk.
Yeah. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this? Okay. See, somebody's pranking us.
I would quit answering that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's just pranking us.
So I was reading news that could be true or could not be true, but supposedly Marie's not on the talk anymore because of Sharon Osbourne and one other lady on the talk, the heavy-set black lady that's on the talk too. And I was just reading the trash news and said they kind of weren't getting along with Marie offset, and they could have been the ones that got her off the talk. So if anybody liked Marie on there, that could be the plausible reason why.
So apparently that's Mark Hales calling us from England, says my phone playing up. So Mark's crank calling us, and he's admitting it at the same time.
Oh gosh.
He's calling us all the way from England.
Well, we would love to hear you.
Yeah, we really want to hear your voice.
Your nice British accent.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get a phone that'll work over there in England and give us a call.
And try some hot sauce while you're on the air with us.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Chris Carter, 64 years old today. That's the creator of the X-Files.
He could put some on his eggs. You can put some on your eggs this morning, Mark.
Does the name John Ford Coley ring a bell, Bonnie?
Yes, the other half of England Dan.
Yeah, 72 years old.
And I'd really love to see you tonight. And my go-to when I ask Alexis to play Love Is the Answer. I just love that song by those fellas.
Sammy Hagar, 73.
And Eddie.
Then
Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Eddie, we're going to miss Eddie so much. Losing him last week at age 65. Rock and roll guitar god. He's going to be really missed.
Yeah, Mark says he thinks his phone is breaking. So it's time to just throw it in some hot sauce and go buy a new iPhone. That's all.
Mark, your phone is breaking and our hearts are aching.
Yeah.
For you to call in.
Yeah. So give us a call so we'll have a aching heart. There we go. Paul Simon, 79 years old today.
You're Ryman Simon.
Yeah. Paul Simon, 79 years old today.
79.
79 years old today. Celebrating birthdays in the heavens. We got Kelly Preston, would have been 58. Margaret Thatcher celebrating a birthday, and Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kelly Preston, the late wife of John Travolta.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we lost her to cancer
and,
this year.
And of course, we know today is National M&M Day, and it's also another day, Bonnie. It's called. We have a special commercial to play for today. Okay, we'll play the commercial first, and then we'll announce what it is.
October 13th is National No Bra Day. Yes, this day has had its ups and downs. Last year wasn't as successful due to sagging attendance and lack of support, but this year we're staying abreast on the subject. So even if there's a low turnout, we encourage you to stay perky, grab your breast friend, and say goodbye to your over-the-shoulder boulder holder. Unleash those sweater puppies and don't worry about being seen smuggling raisins, because this year we're doubling down. Set them free and celebrate No Bra Day, or as we call it during the pandemic, Every Day.
Oh,
there you go. So it's National No Bra Day today, Bonnie.
Today is that day.
It's today. You got to let the girls out, let them breathe, let the tatas be free, and it's National No Bra Day. I came to work without my bra on.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a bra.
Well, that would make it a good time to go out and buy a new bra then, because
true.
You wouldn't have to take your bra you're wearing off each time you tried one on in the dressing room.
I have man boobs, so I'm not wearing one today.
Yeah,
because it's National No Bra Day.
Evan, you're braless every day.
Well, that's besides the point. I'm about a 34B.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about 34.
You're gonna make some of us jealous. Now, come on.
Why? No. Well, then again, so, it depends. Different strokes for different folks.
That's
different
right.
sizes. I mean, everybody's got different sizes. I've seen small. I've seen big. I've seen extra big, and I've seen way beyond big
and fake.
And that's fake too. Definitely, people have fake.
You don't know if it's true.
I'm a connoisseur of that. I can tell when somebody's got a fake set.
Can you?
I can tell. I used to be in the adult entertainment industry many, many moons ago, and you could always tell when a girl had fake ones. You could always tell because they were always pointing to the sky and they didn't move.
Oh, is that
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. They were always pointing up.
Yeah.
And when she was dancing, they didn't move a lick of nothing. You could have an earthquake in there and those things wouldn't move.
And they just kind of like stayed set in one place.
Put. They were like concrete.
That's what I need. Some of those that stay put.
Stay put. It's called the Stay Put set. That's what they'll be called, the Stay Put set.
Yeah. I'm sure a guy would probably have that radar, maybe more than I would. I haven't been really observant if ones are fake or not.
Bonnie, if you're going around fact checking women's breasts, we got some issues. Okay. That's all I got to say. Oh, excuse me. Yours look real. Yours look fake. Oh, yours look semi-fake. Okay. So, oh boy, that's the topic of the morning. 7:20 right now. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk, and Bonnie is standing by with the news. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. President Donald Trump hit the campaign trail for the first time since his coronavirus diagnosis. Trump attended a rally in Sanford, Florida on Monday before thousands of supporters who were standing shoulder to shoulder. The majority of those in attendance were not donning face coverings, flouting public health recommendations. After the president boarded Air Force One for the flight to Florida, presidential physician Dr. Sean Conley confirmed that Trump has tested negative for coronavirus and is no longer infectious. Trump declared himself immune from the coronavirus to his supporters on Monday. The United States Supreme Court heard a Treasure Coast veterans case Tuesday after she says she has been trying for years to get justice for being raped in the military. WPTV's Treasure Coast reporter Megan McRoberts has the story.
Because of COVID-19, Harmony Allen will not be able to be at the Supreme Court in person, but she is in D.C. and will be listening to the hearing at Congressman Brian Mast's D.C. office.
I am feeling a whole bunch of emotions.
Getting settled into her Washington, D.C. hotel room, Harmony Allen is bracing for a court hearing years in the making.
Throughout my military career, I tried to get justice.
Harmony was raped while serving in the military.
I was 19 years old.
She was beaten and says her convicted rapist, a sergeant, Richard Collins, threatened her life.
And the military just sort of kept sweeping it under the rug.
She reported the rape multiple times, but for some years kept Collins' name secret for fear of what might happen.
In 2000, in 2001, in 2006, and in 2011.
It wasn't until 2014 that she finally got the case to go through military trials. In 2017, Collins was convicted of rape, battery, and assault.
And he was sentenced to 16 and a half years.
How much of his sentence did he actually serve?
He only served 2 years.
Collins appealed the sentence and won. The court said a 5-year statute of limitations came into play in sexual assaults before 2006. While Harmony reported the crime, she didn't disclose Collins' name for 11 years, but she didn't quietly accept Collins'
benefits. They were set free with back pay.
She wrote to Congressman Brian Mast, who took an interest in supporting her case.
So he went ahead and submitted it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and one of the most exciting days was when the Supreme Court accepted my case.
The case was delayed because of COVID-19, but now she hopes she will once again get a chance at justice.
And I want them to state that there is no statute of limitations for rape.
There's no time frame for when a decision will be made in this case, but Harmony tells me she understands that it could possibly take months. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
A person is in custody following a domestic dispute in Jupiter Monday evening. The incident happened at the Egretz Landing neighborhood. WPTV's Todd Wilson has more.
From speaking with an officer out here, he says that the situation has come to a close after a lengthy negotiation. They finally have someone in custody. Jupiter police say the situation is domestic in nature. For hours, they searched for someone in the subdivision. Squad cars blocked the entrance to the subdivision, which in turn forced many people to park on the side of the road for hours. Here's what one neighbor had to say about the situation.
No, it's a sad situation, and it will resolve itself. And Jupiter police are here in large presence, and they're in capable hands.
Once again, I want to let you know that Jupiter Police Department says that they do have someone in custody. In Jupiter, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, the Home Depot is hiring 413 hourly workers for their Miami stores. They're seeking workers for customer service, helping reinforce social distancing measures, freight, and online and curbside orders. If you're interested in applying, you can go to careers.homedepot.com/hiring. Hall of Fame second baseman Joe Morgan, a key member of the Cincinnati Reds famed Big Red Machine, died Sunday. He was 77. Morgan died Sunday at his home in Danville, California. Family spokesman James Davis said in a statement on Monday, and Joe Morgan had struggled with various health issues in recent years, including a nerve condition. News time is 7:24. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:25 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
One accident, it's on I-95 southbound in Palm City at mile marker 112. It's actually a hit and run with no roadblock from that incident. Other areas looking fine. Just expect a little bit of low visibility, foggy areas too out on I-95 this morning. Use caution. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's partly cloudy. It's 72 in Stewart. It's 55 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine, starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and mid-60s inland. We'll see mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s with lower humidity. It's not going to feel as hot today. lots of sunshine and low rain chances. Tomorrow, a few more showers drifting in from off the ocean. Morning lows in the upper 60s with highs in the upper 80s. Thursday through Friday, that moisture increases, rain chances going up, highs in the upper 80s with a little bit more humidity. For the weekend, an approaching front will help dry things out again. More sunshine with lower rain chances with highs in the mid-80s. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
Oh, Bonnie, it's a Tuesday edition of Stupid News. And we're going to go to Orlando, Florida, where an Australian black swan named Ruffles, who lives at Lake Eola, is recovering after it was choked by a man earlier this week.
I think I saw that swan at Lake Eola last time.
Lake officers said they saw the guy strangling the animal. He is charged with animal cruelty and grand theft of a commercially owned farm animal. Officers say the 47-year-old Wynn got in the water, grabbed the swan by its neck, carried it several feet with its body dangling. He told a group of people, "Hey guys, look at this." Police say there was no real motive behind this, except that the man thought it was his ex-girlfriend, whom he was angry at and wanted to get revenge. How the heck do you think a swan is your ex?
Take it out on somebody else, buddy.
Jesus Christmas.
Just go chug a 12-pack of beer and call it a day.
Yeah, get
Don't
some
go
hot sauce.
grab a swan by the neck.
A group of parrots at a zoo had to be put back into isolation when they all started swearing at customers after cooking corn.
I heard this one.
Yeah, 5 African gray parrots were adopted by Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in August and put into a room together, but it appears they used their time in isolation teaching each other foul language, which left the park staff into hysteria. But swift action had to be taken when they started using obscenities with guests. They taught the parrots not to swear anymore. Yeah.
I wonder I wonder if there's a science to that. Like if they
I don't know.
need a,
Rack, you're an arse. Rack, you're an arse.
do they need like a parrot talk therapist, speech therapist to kind of like reverse that language in a
I don't
parrot?
know. Excuse me, parrot. Come over here and lay on my couch while I talk to you.
Yeah, I heard of a parrot before I think it was like a South Michigan murder scene where a parrot actually got somebody convicted because of the parrot repeating something awry that went on the words that were said in the house.
Yeah.
Something like on the effect where I'm gonna
Really?
And the parrot kept repeating it, and apparently he was repeating the murderer from that house.
Yeah, the parrot probably said,
Do you speak any English?
and then he probably said,
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
yeah, definitely. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air. Let's try this again. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Well,
Oh, it's Big Kitty. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Big Kitty.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you?
well,
Okay, very good. Well, good morning, Big Kitty. How are you today?
well.
Okay, very good. So where's Fredo? Fredo is that's right. Fredo's in court. That's right. Today's the big day, Bonnie.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I
They're in
wonder-
court as we speak right now.
Is the old man going to be okay?
I don't know.
Oh boy, I'm rooting for the old man.
We'll have to see.
We're
We'll have
rooting
to
for
see.
his innocence.
Fredo's going to call us around 8:45 this morning, and you know the jury has come back with the verdict, so they're getting the final proceedings done.
Has Fredo been busy this morning, Big Kitty?
Well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Serious matter. Are you rooting for the old man, Big Kitty?
Well.
Big Kitty is too.
So you want to see the old man be innocent?
Well.
Okay.
Well, you're being nice. Now I want to come over there and pet you just for that.
Okay. Well, you can always pet the kitty anytime you want. Anytime you want to pet the kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty's always there. Kitty love.
I'm glad the kitty is on our side and on the old man's side
Yeah.
too.
Just don't give the big kitty hot sauce.
No.
Kitty says no. Absolutely not.
Pour some hot sauce on that Friskies.
Yes. Pour some hot sauce on the kitty. There you go. Hey, Big Kitty, can you meow us a song this morning? Anything in particular? We could play Name That Tune with Big Kitty. I think Big Kitty just hung up.
I think.
Oh no, there it is.
I
Okay.
think Big Kitty, was that Run to the Hills? Run to the Hills by Nightmare came across
No,
the
Big Kitty
sea.
says no. No.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, give us another one, Big Kitty. That was too hard. It's karaoke with Big Kitty.
Oh, I thought it was Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
No.
I thought he was
Let's
humming
run to
that
the hills
song.
with Big Kitty. Here we go. I'm stumped.
I am too.
I'm completely stumped.
Yeah.
I have no idea. We're playing Name That Tune with a damn cat. This is bad. This is cutting edge entertainment.
That's gonna stump us all day. Now all day will be. It sounded like first. It sounded like
All right.
maybe familiar, but now I don't recognize it.
All right, maybe third time's a charm. Let's see. Give us one more, Big Kitty, because we're 0 for 2. We're not doing too good.
Yeah.
Big Kitty's taking a big sigh of relief. Oh, I got this one, Bonnie. I've got this one.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
I thought it was. I thought it was Happy Birthday, and he's Big Kitty singing Happy Birthday to Tony this morning.
Is that it? It's Happy Birthday? Oh, I thought it was Michael Jackson.
That's for you, Tony.
All right, there you go.
Oh yeah, Tony
All right.
Matson.
All right. Well, you be good, Big Kitty. We're going to let you run. We got to get back to doing some stupid news, and we're going to wait to hear from Fredo at around 8:45 this morning. Get an update. All right, Big Kitty. Have a great day, and don't let too many people pet your kitty. Okay. All right. Very good. There you go. All right.
He's a little sassy.
Yeah,
Like,
he
she's
is.
a little sassy.
Yeah, it's a little sassy.
I keep thinking it's a he, but I guess it's
a she. Maybe
yeah.
it's a he, she. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, let's go to Utah, where a man allegedly stole a truck. He said he needed to rendezvous with aliens, but felt bad for stealing it and returned it to the 7-Eleven store.
Oh.
Bryce Dixon is accused of theft of a vehicle and 3 attempts to escape from official custody after he returned a red pickup truck that he later told police he needed so that he could get to the Coliseum to get on a flight with some alien diplomats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's in outer space.
Yeah. Let's go to Port Charlotte, Florida, where a man was arrested after allegedly slapping his girlfriend with a slice of pizza. Okay, interesting. According to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, 57-year-old Sean Metcalf was taken into custody on Wednesday. The victim told deputies Wednesday night she was throwing things away, including a pizza box she thought was empty. When she was almost out the door, Metcalf told her not to throw things out, that he got very angry. According to the report, Metcalf started yelling at her, saying the pizza was his dinner. Okay, and the victim then threw the box that she still thought was empty into the apartment when pizza slices came flying out. Metcalf then became angry and approached his girlfriend, picked up a slice of pizza and hitting her in the face and the chest with it, the deputy said. The victim then called the sheriff's office. When a deputy got to the scene, he saw red sauce and food topping on the woman's face, hair, and chest, and he was charged with battery and taken to the Charlotte County Jail.
Sounds like she was hit with the worst kind of pizza, the cold, old slices that are about to be thrown away when they're old and crusty and hard.
Exactly. Since joining the Army 6 years ago, James has found it difficult to hold down a relationship. His job means he's away for long periods at a time, which makes dating and finding somebody extremely, very tricky. However, he missed the physical sides of a relationship, so he decided to try hiring escorts, saying he makes the best of very unique situations. His fun, sexy nights have become part of his normal routine, and he's never thought too much of it until one evening when things got very, very weird, when one of his anonymous bookings ended up being his friend's mother. His friend's mother was the hooker. Or should I say the escort? The site he used saw him order an escort using just photos of women's bodies, but you couldn't see their face. They set a time and a place, and 45 minutes later, the woman shows up, but James was horrified when he opened the door and saw it was his best friend's mother. He said, "What the heck?" and did what he had to do, and then she left. So he did his best friend's mother.
Now, how awkward that would be. Could you see the look on the mother's face? Opening up the door and seeing her son's best friend?
Weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do that kind of stuff in England.
And hensing forth with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, you're on the air. Are you there?
Good morning, sir.
Oh, it's Bentley. All right.
Good morning, mighty goddess of radio.
Good morning, Bentley.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, sir.
Have you ever ordered an escort online before from a website?
Sir.
No?
No, sir.
Okay,
No.
so you wouldn't have to worry about it being your best friend's mother.
I have worked for people who have done that, sir.
Oh, and have you? What's the weird situation you've seen?
Well, the weirdest situation was with the lady came in a wheelchair, but that's I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, wait a minute. The escort came in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm speechless. I don't even have a comeback for that one.
Did the escort have an escort and somebody to help move her in the wheelchair?
Bentley?
Yes, ma'am. He just armed her up, I guess.
Armed her up. Okay.
And did they expect to get double?
2 for 1 or 1.5?
The lady's name was Stumpy, but I don't know why.
Okay. I was late on the reaction there. Sorry, Bentley. Oh my.
Was she wearing hair rollers too?
Yeah. Did she have a house coat on?
And did she bring her own oil?
Right. Did she have slippers on? I think Bentley is priceless. Bentley is laughing his arse off right now. We've actually made Bentley speechless for the first time. Bentley, I think maybe you should compose yourself and call us back, okay? Do that. Compose yourself and call us back. Oh, boy.
Oh, poor Bentley. We shouldn't do that to him.
No, we can't do that to Bentley this early in the morning.
He's too nice.
Yeah, we're corrupting Bentley. All right, let's go back to our stupid news where there's a 24-year-old guy named Mike Guylan in Brussels, Belgium. And on Friday, he came up with a plan to break his 27-year-old wife out of prison. where she was locked up on suspicion of murdering her ex-boyfriend. So Mike booked a helicopter tour, then threatened the pilot with a fake gun and made him fly to the prison. Mike's plan was to land in the yard, have his girlfriend hop aboard, and then fly away to freedom. But it didn't go like that. First, Mike wasn't ready for the motion sickness you get during a helicopter ride, and he started throwing up in the helicopter, then out the door, and hit the prison inmates in the head while they were hovering above. Second, the pilot didn't have room to land in the prison yard.
Oh, wow.
And finally, Mike booked a helicopter tour under his real name, so he was arrested 24 hours later when the cops found him at his father's house. He's facing several charges, including theft with violence, participation in criminal organization, and attempted escape.
He should have had a lot more planning and training before that mission.
Yeah. Let's see here. I have a good one. I'm gonna need Hooked on Phonics to pronounce these names. For the past 4 years, Marina Udgodskaya.
That was good. That sounds right.
Thank you. Has scrubbed and mopped offices of the local administration building in rural Russia. Now the 35-year-old cleaner is downing her dusters to move into the boss's seat after winning an election earlier this month that she only entered in order to get him reappointed. When no one in the village signed up to challenge Nikolai Loktev, who's from the pro-Kremlin United Russia Party, he persuaded Ms. Udgodskaya to register as his rival to ensure the minimum requirement of 2 candidates. Well, that plan backfired, and the cleaner beat him out by a landslide, and now the cleaner is the new mayor.
They voted for her.
Yeah. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this? I hear somebody. I'm hearing somebody.
Yeah, you can hear me. Finally, we got a phone that works.
Yes, we got a phone that works. Yes, it's Mark Hales.
How you doing, Evan and Bonnie?
How you
Very
doing,
nice to
mate?
hear you again.
How are you?
Not too bad. Oh, I'll tell you what, you saying the word mate brings me to a thing that irks a lot of Englishmen, Scotsmen and Welshmen,
Okay.
and Northern Irishmen.
All right, mate.
The British accent. I heard Bonnie say earlier she wanted to hear the British accent.
Right.
And we're of the opinion there is no such thing as a British accent.
Oh.
Because Britain is made of England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. So to have a British accent would tantamount to us having a complete mixture of those accents. I think it's just us English being pedantic, because I've got an English accent, and particularly I've got a South London accent. So there you go.
You've been schooled, Bonnie.
Thank you. So when I refer to that again, I should say the South England accent.
Well,
or-
I've got an English accent, but particularly my accent is South London.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people think I'm a Cockney,
Yeah.
which I know a lot of Americans.
Wait, say that again. You're a what? You think you're a what?
A Cockney.
Okay.
Cockney.
Never heard of that before.
Okay, Cockneys are traditionally from the East End of London.
Okay.
And they've got to be born within the sound of the Bow Bells. Bow being a particular region of East London. So it really gets complicated. But anyway, it's very nice to get onto the show. Yeah, sorry about the prank calling and the.
Yeah, I was
prank
getting ready to
calling.
call the popo on you, but that wouldn't do any good because you're halfway around the world.
Yeah, it's super. But you got the weather report today. It's cold, it's miserable, it's horrible here.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
It's not Florida weather. We're into autumn or fall now.
Well, it's 87 here right now.
Yes.
Don't do that.
And
to
it's
me.
sunshine out my window as we speak.
Are you going to get any sunshine today, Mark?
I think we've got a high pressure system moving in over the weekend, so we'll get a bit more sun. But as for high temperatures, we're done with those now. It will progressively get low. We don't see a lot of snow now in the southeast of England, but we may get 1 or 2 days of snow, which the kids love. But other than that, it's quite a mild climate now.
For those that don't know, Mark is our London correspondent, so to speak.
It's London calling.
Yeah, London. It's our London correspondent who is actually rallied up the troops over there, and he's got a whole boatload of people now listening to our morning show over in London. So now we have the claim to fame that we're an international
They
show.
might even be listening at the palace.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Queen is listening.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know where she is at the moment. I don't think she's in the palace. She's probably in Windsor Castle or somewhere like that, which in itself is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful building. How the other half live, eh?
Maybe she's out for a jog.
Listen, I was taking a lot of interest in your spices, and I had a little story that I wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And me and my brother, he's 2 years younger than me, we used to grow chilies and have competitions to who could grow the hottest chilies.
Right.
And he grew one called Spitfire.
Spitfire.
And yeah, it was a superb chili. It was so hot it blistered the inside of my bottom lip.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. That's how hot it was. And we'd have, the drinking game, see how many chilies you can eat without drinking. And it was ridiculously hot. But you was asking also prawns. What are prawns? That's our word for shrimp. So they're just a large shrimp.
Oh, shrimp is a prawn.
That would be like why Marty Jacobson texted me and he wrote shrimp in there.
Yeah,
I thought Marty
explains it.
Jacobson liked spicy shrimp. Now I put 2 and 2 together and I get 4. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we in England we eat a lot of Indian food. We've got a big Indian community, and I love Indian food. And one of the ones that you said, vindaloo. Vind means with, and aloo means potato. So
right.
Vindaloo is basically a curry, but incredibly fiery, incredibly hot. Ooh. And in addition to the meats or whatever, you'd have potatoes in it. So vindaloo means with potato, but we just know that vindaloo means incredibly hot, makes your nose run, your head sweat. You've been there, you know what we're talking about. But and sometimes I'll have a chicken vindaloo, sometimes it will be a prawn vindaloo. Sometimes lamb, but I love Indian food and all different types of spices, and it is a very big thing in England. Well, in Great Britain,
I would love to see your spice rack.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah. We've got the cayenne peppers and stuff, but we get a lot of those American sauces as well, such as Hula. Hula's quite a popular brand. I would say the most popular is Encona pepper sauce, which is a West Indian sauce. And then Levi Roots reggae sauce, which you mentioned, is one that's fairly new on the market. I'd say in the last 6-7 years. And it came via a TV show called Dragon's Den. You may have an equivalent where you get a lot of millionaires sit there and some people come into a room, with a bright idea. And they bid on whether they're going to become part of that ride and fund it. So, it's a bit contrived, but, it's fun watching. And one of them was a Jamaican man or Jamaican descent. He came on the show with his grandmother's recipe for hot sauce. And
wow.
he played the guitar and sung a reggae song that he'd come up. And one of the dragons took him on. Funded it, and now it's a very popular sauce brand and condiments and all sorts.
Wow!
So that was my input. Sorry,
tomorrow you're going to have to listen to the show because tomorrow one of our other co-hosts who comes in part-time is Phil, and we're going to do the spicy jelly bean competition between Bonnie and Phil. It's kind of like the bamboozled stuff, but these jelly beans, they start out with sriracha. I think sriracha.
I can handle sriracha.
And then it kind of works its way up to like lethal injection, so to speak.
Lovely. Well, I love anything like that. And of course, when I come to Florida, one thing that's popular for us is Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
And I always go to the top of the shop with the blazing.
Really?
You can't get any higher. Yeah.
Do you break out like in a sweat and you turn red and all that?
Yeah. My wife thinks I'm going to have a heart attack. And my youngest daughter, who is now, she's nearly 21, and when she loves spicy food as well, it made her cry. and that's how bad it was. And that was in 2016. So she would have been 16 years old. It was Dad, can I try? And I was suffering. And I always have about 18 wings because I'm a big man.
Wow.
And,
we have some Red Hot Chili Peppers over here too, and they have a great song called Californication.
Yeah, I know the Red Hot Chili
Hey,
Peppers.
so when are you coming to the state? When are you coming stateside?
Well, our next visit was meant to be for my 60th birthday, which is in just over 2 years' time. So that's our next one. Of course, it really depends on how the world wants everyone to travel and whether it's going to be fun, because what we don't want to do is travel 5,000 miles for it to be the same as what we've just left.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to see how it goes. I say the last time we was there was 2018, where we actually me and my wife caught H1N1 bird flu.
Oh, no.
Quite nasty. We suffered once we were home. The symptoms came on our last day. So, we'd obviously caught it from somewhere nearby. But we was up in Orlando and the Mexican Gulf Coast at Clearwater. So, but yeah, we'd definitely look forward to coming down the Atlantic coast. As I say, we know it fairly well, especially around Fort Lauderdale. So always good fun.
You should come around this time since it's so cloudy and nasty over there. You should come here now when it's just so ideal.
I just hop in the car and drive over. That's all.
Yeah. If we wait until it freezes over at the Bering Straits, I can actually technically drive from London to Florida, so long as you can get across the ice at the Bering Straits. But because of the Channel Tunnel, it's easy now. It's just, I live literally less than an hour away from the like France, really.
Wow.
It takes me 40 minutes to get to the Channel Tunnel. Then you're half an hour on the train on the Channel Tunnel, and there you are in La Belle, France. And we're quite often, we can do things like we can go to Belgium, for instance, for lunch. And I've done that before now. We've just got in the car, driven to Belgium, had lunch, driven home. It's fantastic. But yeah, technically, we could drive across country, across Russia, the Bering Straits, through Alaska, Canada, United States, and there we are on your doorstep, pestering you.
Well, we can't wait. We can't wait to meet you. By the way, we saw pictures of your family. You have a beautiful family, a lovely wife, beautiful kids,
beautiful daughters.
Yeah, beautiful family you have, I must say.
Yeah, well, I'm very pleased you said that, and of course, I'm very proud of my
Keep those
family
girls
as well.
under lock and key, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, too late.
Oh, okay.
The keys got lost a long time ago, and the locks were broken off. So,
well, as long as they're lads, I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Or they're quarters. Quarters, I think they would call it in England.
Yep, as long as they're good guys.
They're very intelligent ladies, and they know what side of the fence to stay on.
Excellent.
And Evan, I say congratulations to you as well on 21 years.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank
Anyway, I know you've got a show to do.
Yep.
I love talking on your show. And we'll be a couple of
Hey,
weeks. and I look
listen,
forward
you're
to the next
always,
one.
you can call every day as far as I'm concerned. We love having you on. We do.
Well, I'm in the office today, and I was finding a phone that actually worked. And just for a weather update, it started raining now, so proper English weather.
All right.
You two take care. You have a fantastic show.
God
and I
bless
look
you.
forward to the next time.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye
for
now.
now.
7:55 right now. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, on I-95 northbound in Hobe Sound, there is a hit-and-run crash, and this is at mile marker 90 at Bridge Road. It's I-95 northbound. Not any roadblock from the hit-and-run, but be aware if you're out on I-95, if you're on the turnpike out in our area, low visibility with a foggy areas this morning. Use caution. And there's your latest look at traffic. Well, we have 72 in Port St. Lucie. Mark Hales is from. Thanks for calling into us, Mark. 49, he says, cloudy and miserable in southwest London. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine, starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and mid-60s inland. We'll see mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s with lower humidity. It's not going to feel as hot today. Lots of sunshine and low rain chances. Tomorrow, a few more showers drifting in from off the ocean. Morning lows in the upper 60s with highs in the upper 80s. Thursday through Friday, that moisture increases, rain chances going up, highs in the upper 80s with a little bit more humidity. For the weekend, an approaching front will help dry things out again. More sunshine with lower rain chances with highs in the mid-80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:59, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're coming up on top of the hour. News is coming up next. And then, of course, our weekly visit, normally with Sheriff William Snyder, but Captain John Budenseek is going to be here. He'll be talking about everything Martin County Sheriff's Office right here at WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then we'll get an update from the captain of the ship, as they say. We'll be right back.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
8:07 on the Get Up and Go Show, and it's time for our weekly visit with the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Normally, Sheriff William Snyder is joining us, but in place will be Major John Budenseek. He is with us on our line right now. Major, good morning, and how are you?
Morning, sir. I'm well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I greatly appreciate your time. I know you've got your hands full. You oversee a couple of hundred deputies in the sheriff's office, since you're just about almost right at that top chain of command, as we were talking about off the air. Just recently, last week, the SWAT team, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, it's never good when you have to use deadly force and have to kill somebody. But there was a person that raised a high-powered rifle at your deputies following a very, very tense domestic situation. If you could let our listeners know a little bit more about that, please.
Absolutely. So let me start off by saying we have the best SWAT team in the country, I think, and we're very proud of them. And we put a lot of money and resources into those guys.
Right.
So they have our utmost confidence. But they were called, unfortunately, last week to a residence in Palm City where there had been a domestic dispute, and then the wife was saying prior to our guys arriving, our road patrol deputies arriving, that her husband was now in the garage and he was suicidal. So we've been dealing with suicidal subjects and domestic disturbances a lot lately. You know, it's not new to law enforcement, but it seems like we're doing it more and more. Our road patrol people responded. They set up communications, tried to negotiate with the suspect. SWAT showed up, stayed outside of the house, so they weren't, forcing him to do anything irrational. They stayed outside and tried to negotiate with him. He would talk to him briefly on the phone and then hang up. And then he just came outside the house with a high-powered rifle. The SWAT guys that were outside the house were able to engage him one-on-one verbally for a little while, and did seem to be able to talk a little sense into him, at which point he put the rifle down, walked about halfway to him, and then at some point thought he wasn't going to do it and turned around and ran back to his rifle and picked it up, swung around, and went to aim it at him. That's when they had to defend themselves.
Man, I hate to hear that. I really do, because we never like to see any kind of a situation. Mental health is especially with COVID right now. Mental health is running rampant, just all over the country, isn't it?
It is. It's been an ongoing crisis for a while, and then COVID just seems to, injected even that much more unnecessary drama into the situation.
Are you at liberty to, I guess I don't want to ask that question. That's just getting into too much. I know the investigation is ongoing and you can only say certain things, so I don't want to, pry and poke, but, did you guys have prior calls to this residence for domestic, situations, or this was the first time?
No, this was the first call. These people were not on our radar at the sheriff's office.
Wow.
At all.
Wow. That just goes to show you mental health.
Were they going through some kind of a breakup or separation or some sort of thing? Do you know?
Probably. We know that he had just recently lost his job as an airline pilot. And they were definitely having some arguments. They were having a rough time in their marriage. And we think, of course, we probably never will know for sure, but we think that was the recipe for what ended up happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing how just somebody losing their job can create such a Molotov cocktail of things and cause it to get to this situation. Now, I understand there was a child or something like that, a young child. The mother was able to get out of the home with the child.
Initially, two children, mom, and our deputies, first responding deputies, were able to get them to come out of the house. so they were safe. You know, I think it's important to remember in these scenarios when we envision officer-involved shootings and domestics and mental health issues, maybe sometimes we envision them not being in our neighborhood. But this was a high-end neighborhood in Palm City. This was not somewhere that you would typically associate with violent crime or a police shooting. So my point is, it touches everyone. Mental illness, domestics, bad times, they touch everyone.
Jupiter just recently had something last night where there was a domestic dispute and they had a guy running around the neighborhood with a gun.
I saw that. It looks like it ended peaceably. I just read that a few minutes ago. So
Yeah, that was part of our newscast this morning. In fact, Phil, who's one of our part-time co-hosts, lives in that that development, called from there last night, and he was just he was in his house, and the police were telling, put your lights on front and back and lock your doors, close your blinds, and go in a safe room somewhere in your house until all is clear.
Those are tough calls. I mean, running around the neighborhood is one thing, but like our incident in Palm City, the guy technically hadn't committed a crime. So we're going out there to keep him from leaving his house with that high-powered rifle and running around the neighborhood. But we're not going in there to engage him or force him to do anything irrational. So our plan is always to stay outside and talk and negotiate and talk reasonably, but we can't not go, and that's what puts our guys in these dangerous situations where we can't just let him go through his mental illness and his process by himself in his house because of the high-powered weapons that he had.
Yeah, this year has just been it's just a weird, very unusual year. You got, you had the lockdowns, you have closures, businesses going out of, closing down, mom and pop shops, people losing their jobs, money problems. The sheriff's office is definitely, I'm sure, seeing an influx of specific calls, domestic trouble calls, suicide threats. Let's talk a little bit about that and the increase in the calls the sheriff's office has seen.
Absolutely. So keeping in mind two things. One, when the lockdown actually happened, we went about 3 weeks, ironically enough, with very minimal calls, very few domestics, very few of the normal calls. And we still have 2.5 months left to the end of the year. So year to date right now in domestic calls, we're at 1,953. And last year, the entire year, we were at 1,882. So we're almost 100 ahead of last year.
Wow.
With a month down and 2 months to go.
Right.
And then on the suicide calls, this year we're at 492. Last year we're at 454 for the entire year. So we're quite a ways ahead on both fronts, unfortunately.
What is the percentage, in your humble opinion, of suicide calls and the percentage of people you've saved from committing suicide?
Small. We probably had less than 20 actual suicides this year. And mind you, a lot of times people that actually commit suicide do not call us ahead of time and threaten to. They just do it.
Well, yeah, hello. That would be a little something that just couldn't simply happen. They do it, and then somebody finds them, and then you get the phone call from either a relative or a neighbor or something.
But most of these people are people that have called, saying that they're having suicidal thoughts. Or, they're in some state of mental distress. So we've been able to save 492 this year from themselves, and then the other, I'm assuming, I don't have that number, but it's less than 20 that have actually taken their own lives.
Do you find that somebody that calls that has thoughts of suicide, that they just want a voice, they just want to hear a voice, a comforting voice, and somebody to talk to when your department gets that call?
They're in all different levels of agitation. Some of them do just want to talk.
Right.
And our deputies, we've sent them to school, so they know how to interact with people that are mentally ill. So they do a good job at that. And then there's some people that are already part of the Baker Act, which allows us to take a mentally ill person and give them help for 72 hours.
Right.
Help.
Right.
People should almost take classes to like look for the signs, in individuals. Because I'm not no expert on it, but I heard that those contemplating suicide, like they're not going to get up just the next morning after thinking about it and just do it. Most of them, kind of runs through their heads and their minds for a very long time. So I have heard.
That goes every which way. I'm sure that it does. But like I said, a lot of the ones that are really intent on it, they just do it, and then we get the phone call.
Right.
And a lot of the families never saw that coming. We didn't know. I don't know that question. If I could figure that out, I'd probably be doing something else and very wealthy mental health counselor.
Now, if you get a phone call, and you have to go out to somebody that is suicidal or has suicidal thoughts, are you required to Baker Act them, or that is up to each deputy's judgment when they get on the location?
It's up to the deputy, because we could get a call from somebody who's suicidal and actually arrive, and they never say that they want to commit suicide. They never evidence the inability to take care of themselves, or
right.
Something bad can happen. So the deputy decides on scene. We do have a group of clinicians that follow up with some of these mentally ill people, or come out calls with mentally ill people,
right,
and can further assess them or give them resources to try to help them more than we can.
Okay.
Our guys are cops. They're showing up. They're making a 5-minute evaluation of the incident, and then they're moving on either to another car or Baker acting and taking them to a facility.
Like, sir, I'm just wondering, because I don't know this. I'm wondering, I think Evan's on the line too, can the deputy just Baker Act them instantly, or does that deputy also need like signatures from that person's family, like 1 or 2 signatures? Or if need be, you can just take them and Baker Act them?
They meet the criteria. The deputy can just take them. Pretty similar to the rest of them. They can take them against their will and take it to a receiving facility.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's good. I'm glad, because some people don't know how that works, Bonnie, and that's a great question.
Yeah, thanks, Evan.
Can I weigh in on that real quick?
Yeah.
So if you're a family member and you have a relative that's a terrible alcoholic, or they're going to hurt themselves and they're suicidal, you can go down to the courthouse and file paperwork where a judge will court order them also to go. Because you, as a family member, will see things that we don't see in the 5 minutes that we're there triaging them.
Right.
So that's always an avenue also.
That's some good information.
Let's go from bad to good. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag about Halloween. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, Trunk or Treat was canceled, but Trunk or Treat was canceled for the obvious reason of COVID, and we can't have 5,000 children and parents milling around touching each other.
Right.
However, the sheriff, Chris Kukuka, which heads up this project, came up with an idea to have a Trunk or Treat parade through the sheriff's office property. With that, we plan on buying all of our own candy. So this year, we're not going to allow vendors to bring it in. We want to be very careful with how we buy it and then present it to the people as they come through. And we're going to be thoughtful, like I said. But they're going to be able to drive through the sheriff's office and see our helicopter boats, Bearcat armor cars, just different things. Lots of blue lights flashing.
So we're going to have the deputies' cars set up like Trunk or Treat, but it's only going to be deputies' cars with their trunks open and the treats inside the trunk, and the child will be able to walk like down the line and get some candy from each deputy's vehicle.
They're not going to be able to walk. They're going to have to stay in their car.
Oh, okay. So it's a drive-through. Okay. All right. Okay.
And we're only going to have a few stations where they give out candy because we're trying to minimize exposure. So
okay.
It'll be more of a reverse parade, right? You drive through there and you look at our cars and they're stationary.
Right.
It's something we can do because I know everyone is going to be leery about, parents aren't going to want their children going out. And if you're a homeowner, you're not going to want children coming to your house. So. Yeah,
well, I've already got my system devised. I've got a long pole set up with, this is no joke, John, this is, I'm dead serious. I have this long pole. It's an extendable pole that I use to change the light bulbs in my vaulted ceiling that's like 20 feet high. And I'm going to put on the end of that pole a colander. And in the colander is going to be a few pieces of candy that I will place in there and extend it out to the trick-or-treater that comes to my house. I'm going to have stanchions set up like for crowd control. You come to the stanchion. I will hand out the colander on the pole, and you take all the candy that's in that colander. That is yours. And when I put the candy from the bag into the colander, I'll have a glove on as well, so that it's going to be very, very safe.
That's a great idea. I have one of those poles too. Maybe I ought to try it.
Yeah, it's you know what? You got to do what you got to do, to keep the kids safe.
I would imagine this year there'll be a lot less traffic than we're used to.
Yeah.
And that's why we're trying to provide some avenue for kids to still go out. And I know it won't be the same, but we're going to do the best to try to make it special for them.
I will hand the candy to the kids in a mask and gloves.
There you go.
Make it a scary mask.
That's fine. That'll work. Our special guest is Major John Budensiek from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Always a pleasure. And the next time that you're due to take the sheriff's place, you have to come in studio and do the segment with us.
All right, deal.
All right, invite. Door will be open. We'll be waiting for you.
Thank you.
All right. You have a great day, Major. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye now. Always a pleasure having that guy on.
Yeah,
really
it'd be nice to see him here.
He's
in
a
the
great
studio.
guy. He is. He's a great guy. 8:23 news time. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. Campaign visits to Florida this week by President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are indications that the Sunshine State is still a big prize to winning the White House. WPTV's Matt Cessny takes a closer look at why campaigns are vying for your vote.
Whether it's South Florida or Central Florida, campaigning in the Sunshine State is still part of the strategy for Democrats and Republicans.
We are ground zero for any presidential election.
Peter Feynman is a Florida Republican committeeman. Christian Ulrich is a senior advisor for the Democrats.
There's no denying it. It's a 1-point state, and we're treating it as such.
Elections are close, but in recent years, Florida has leaned red. And for the president, winning here, some suggest, is a personal matter.
As Florida is important to him. He loves Florida. He's now made it his full-time home. So, yes, he wants to win his home state.
The recent surge in voting by mail in Florida has brought new urgency into both campaigns in Florida as registered Democrats are returning ballots ahead of Republicans.
We take every phase of voting very seriously and aggressively. And while we are excited with the numbers we see today, we don't take the foot off the gas by any means.
And that likely means more campaign visits here in the closing weeks.
It's the state of Florida, so it's going to come down to the wires.
We're going to get more attention than I think we ever have had in any presidential election.
And there is still time for all of that attention. 3 weeks remain for the campaigns to keep coming to Florida. However, early voting starts here next Monday. In West Palm Beach, Matt Cessny, WPTV. News Channel 5.
A person is in custody following a domestic dispute in Jupiter Monday night. The incident happened at the Egrets Landing neighborhood. WPTV's Todd Wilson has more.
From speaking with an officer out here, he says that the situation has come to a close after a lengthy negotiation. They finally have someone in custody. Jupiter police say the situation is domestic in nature. For hours, they searched for someone in the subdivision. Squad cars blocked the entrance to the subdivision, which in turn forced many people to park on the side of the road for hours. Here's what one neighbor had to say about the situation.
No, it's a sad situation, and it will resolve itself. And Jupiter police are here in large presence, and they're in capable hands.
Once again, I want to let you know that Jupiter Police Department says that they do have someone in custody. In Jupiter, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
An unmanned and out-of-control boat in Martin County went airborne after the 3 men on it fell overboard and into the St. Lucie River. No one was seriously injured. Martin County Sheriff's Office deputies said the incident happened Friday around 7 p.m. just south of the Stewart Causeway. Deputies said prior to the men falling off the 24-foot boat, they were taking photos. Lori Weber, a spokeswoman for the sheriff's office, said the agency got 3 calls about the incident. She declined to say if the calls came from the men aboard or from a witness. Afterward, the men told deputies they lost control of the boat and had to dive underwater because the boat nearly ran them over multiple times. A sheriff's helicopter followed the boat and videotaped it as it continued at a high rate of speed, hitting a concrete block near the 1500 block of St. Lucie Boulevard, and then went airborne and hit a second dock before coming to a stop. Deputies said the 3 men swam to a nearby sailboat. One of the men had minor injuries. The cause of the incident is being investigated by Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officers who could not be reached on Monday. No other information was available on Monday. The Tampa Bay Rays, well, they had a hero yesterday in Manny Margot. Margot was the star of Tampa Bay's 4-2 victory in Game 2 of the AL Championship Series as the Rays grabbed a 2-0 lead in the series by showcasing his skills on both sides of the ball. At the plate, Margot's first inning 3-run homer off Houston starter Lance McCullers Jr. gave the Rays a lead they never relinquished. In the field, his tumbling over the wall catch of a foul drive off the bat of Houston's George Springer with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position in the second inning snuffed an Astros rally. Our news time is 8:28. Weather and traffic together are next.
Eight 8:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, on the roadways right now, I-95 northbound in Hope Sound at Bridge Road, we do see a hit and run, and there's no roadblock from that hit and run right there, so traffic is moving through okay. Just look for a little bit of the foggy areas if you're heading on our major highways on the Treasure Coast. There's your latest look at traffic. Well, we have 73 in Hobe Sound. It's 27 in Calgary, Canada. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine. Starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and mid 60s inland. We'll see mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s with lower humidity. It's not going to feel as hot today. Lots of sunshine and low rain chances. Tomorrow, a few more showers drifting in from off the ocean. Morning lows in the upper 60s with highs in the upper 80s. Thursday through Friday, that moisture increases, rain chances going up. Highs in the upper 80s with a little bit more humidity. For the weekend, an approaching front will help dry things out again. More sunshine with lower rain chances with highs in the mid 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:34 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, and it's time to take a trip to outer space in another place where Randy Siegel is standing by with a space report. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you, sir. The year was 1968, and the first Apollo spacecraft was tested in Earth orbit. 3 American astronauts, Wally Schirra, Don Eisel, and Walter Cunningham, had a successful mission. And then in 2004, there was a successful flight that took place of a Soyuz rocket on Expedition 10 to the International Space Station. What made this particular mission so noteworthy is that one of the astronauts on board for this mission was astronaut Leroy Chiao. And Leroy Chiao became the first astronaut to vote in a U.S. presidential election. They still haven't found that problem on board the space station. There is still a seal that's not working, and it is losing pressure. However, this station is in no danger, nor are the astronauts. This morning should be quite a morning, to say the least, because in just about an hour from now, we're going to see Blue Origin having its next flight into the atmosphere. The Blue Origin plan is to launch their new Shepard spacecraft just above the 61-mile mark on a suborbital flight, separate the crew capsule from the top to land by parachute, while the main rocket lands back on Earth on its landing legs. So tomorrow we hope to tell you about that successful test about 150 miles east of El Paso. China's Chang'e 4 spacecraft has resumed work on the moon and continues to give good data from the far side of the moon. The Chinese Mars probe made another maneuver in deep space as it heads out to Mars, and the vehicle is now 18,268,313 miles from Earth. The International Space Station has been the subject of the Russians for some time, and the Russians would like to see, and they're conducting negotiations with the United States and our partners, to keep the International Space Station in operation till 2028 or 2030. Currently, it is supposed to be taken out of service in 2024, but hopefully that will not happen. In a planned move that hopefully will take place on the International Space Station in November, NASA will continue to have commercialization taking place on the laboratory. He noted that Tom Cruise has a movie planned. He also noted that NASA has charged Estee Lauder $17,500 per hour for astronaut time, according to their fee schedule. A representative of Estee Lauder confirmed the project last week. You may recall that Estee Lauder sent 10 bottles of skincare products to the space station on October 1st as part of a $128,000 contract. We've also seen Anheuser-Busch send barley to the space station several times in an experiment to see how the seeds could be sprouted, known as molting in microgravity. I want to tell you that the date for the Russian-European mission to Mars is now scheduled for September 20th, 2022, with a landing October 1st. June 10th, 2023. Tomorrow we'll tell you about a hopefully successful launch, as well as problems with COVID. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much, Randy. That's Randy Siegel with the latest and greatest space report. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30 right here on the Get Up and Go show. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie is standing by on the front porch today with the latest and greatest to soothe your appetite. Bonnie?
Yes, Evan, the sandwiches over here are terrific. Today for lunch, you might want to try the Ellie's Tuna Melt. And it comes on your choice of bread. It's topped with cheddar cheese, garlic, mayonnaise, sliced tomato, and bacon on this tuna melt even, all pressed hot. And you can enjoy it with a hot bowl of delicious soup, fresh soup here that Chef Mark is making. Maybe salad's your choice. Try a chicken and peach salad with a sliced peaches, blackened chicken on this one, candied pecans, crumbled feta cheese, and sprouts served with a dressing of your choice. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Deli, Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,921.10 an ounce. And silver opening up at $24.93 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:40 right now is the time. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie once again.
Thanks once again, Evan. The United States Supreme Court heard Treasure Coast veterans case Tuesday after she has been trying for years to get justice for being raped in the military. WPTV's Treasure Coast reporter Megan McRoberts has the story.
Because of COVID-19, Harmony Allen will not be able to be at the Supreme Court in person, but she is in D.C. and will be listening to the hearing at Congressman Brian Mast's D.C. office.
I am feeling a whole bunch of emotions.
Getting settled into her Washington, D.C. hotel room, Harmony Allen is bracing for a court hearing years in the making.
Throughout my military career, I tried to get justice.
Harmony was raped while serving in the military.
I was 19 years old.
She was beaten and says her convicted rapist, a sergeant, Richard Collins, threatened her life.
And the military just sort of kept sweeping it under the rug.
She reported the rape multiple times, but for some years kept Collins' name secret for fear of what might happen.
In 2000, in 2001, in 2006, and in 2011.
It wasn't until 2014 that she finally got the case to go through military trials. In 2017, Collins was convicted of rape, battery, and assault.
And he was sentenced to 16 and a half years.
How much of his sentence did he actually serve?
He only served 2 years.
Collins appealed the sentence and won. The court said a 5-year statute of limitations came into play in sexual assault before 2006. While Harmony reported the crime, she didn't disclose Collins' name for 11 years, but she didn't quietly accept Collins' release from prison.
They were set free with all of their military benefits. They were set free with back pay.
She wrote to Congressman Brian Mast, who took an interest in supporting her case.
So he went ahead and submitted it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and one of the most exciting days was when the Supreme Court accepted my case.
The case was delayed because of COVID-19, but now she hopes she will once again get a chance at justice.
And I want them to state that there is no statute of limitations for rape.
There's no time frame for when a decision will be made in this case, but Harmony tells me she understands that it could possibly take months. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Campaign visits to Florida this week by President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are indications that the Sunshine State is still a big prize to winning the White House. WPTV's Matt Cessny takes a closer look at why campaigns are vying for your vote.
Whether it's South Florida or Central Florida, campaigning in the Sunshine State is still part of the strategy for Democrats and Republicans.
We are ground zero for any presidential election.
Peter Feynman is a Florida Republican committeeman. Christian Olvert is a senior advisor for the Democrats.
There's no denying it. It's a 1-point state, and we're treating it as such.
Elections are close, but in recent years, Florida has leaned red. And for the president, winning here, some suggest, is a personal matter.
As Florida is important to him, He loves Florida. He's now made it his full-time home. So yes, he wants to win his home state.
The recent surge in voting by mail in Florida has brought new urgency into both campaigns in Florida as registered Democrats are returning ballots ahead of Republicans.
We take every phase of voting very seriously and aggressively. And while we are excited with the numbers we see today, we don't take the foot off the gas by any means.
And that likely means more campaign visits here in the closing weeks.
It's the state of Florida, so it's going to come down to the wires.
We're going to get more attention than I think we ever have had in any presidential election.
And there is still time for all of that attention. 3 weeks remain for the campaigns to keep coming to Florida. However, early voting starts here next Monday. In West Palm Beach, Matt Cesny, WPTV, News Channel 5.
A Fort Pierce woman died after she was shot in the parking lot of a bar Sunday morning. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office deputies said Alexis McKinley, age 26 of Fort Pierce, died Sunday. Sheena Nunn, a longtime friend of McKinley's, said she will be missed by the many people who love being around her. Around 1:40 a.m. Sunday, sheriff's deputies were called about a shooting in the parking lot of the Backroom Tavern in the 8200 block of South US 1. McKinley and 2 other people had been shot, deputies said. They did not release the names, ages, or conditions of the 2 other people on Monday. The NFL from last night, New Orleans Saints beat the Chargers. They won that game in overtime, 30-27. And yes, say a yes for Tuesday night football. It will be on tonight. There's a game with Buffalo at Tennessee. Our news time is 8:45. Weather and traffic together will be next.
$8:47 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Martin County, we do see an accident on the turnpike right now. This is at mile marker 138 in Palm City. It's turnpike southbound at Becker Road. And there's not any roadblock from this vehicle crash with injuries. Other areas expect a good ride. There's your latest look at traffic. We have 73 and sunny in Stewart, and this morning also in Overland Park, Kansas, it's 60 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, my sunshine, starting off the day in the upper 60s along the Treasure Coast and mid-60s inland. We'll see mostly clear skies for that morning commute and some patchy fog possible.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
50 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show, and court has been adjourned. The verdict has been read, and on the line with us right now is Fredo, along with his client, the old man down the road. First and foremost, Fredo, good morning. How are you? Oh, wait, let me hit the button. Hold on. There we go. Now I got it. All right. Fredo, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, man.
How you doing? Good. Good. Court is adjourned. The verdict's been read, and there's been I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'll just the old man down the road is on the phone with us as well. Old man, good morning, and how are you today?
Good morning. I'm very nervous, naturally.
Okay, that's all right. There's nothing to be nervous about. You have Fredo as your attorney, and I'm going to need you to speak up a little bit, old man, if you could for me, please. So, Fredo, give me the outcome. Everybody has been wanting to know. I've been getting emails, text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram. People are tweeting me. 7:30 was a special hearing this morning. You guys just got out of the courthouse at 8:30. What's going on?
Well, as I mentioned yesterday, after we interviewed the bear, Big Kitty did that, by the way, very confidently. And also, I told you there'll be a big break in the case. Well, there was a big break today because what happened was Edna, when she fell off the cliff, she had passed out and she landed in some brush down on the mountain.
Okay.
So an old moonshiner had found her. Yeah, man.
A moonshiner?
Yeah, a moonshiner.
Okay.
They found her because they had these things all around the house. These chicks, they got these things around the house to make sure that FBI don't get them and everything else. But anyways, so they found her, they took care of her, and then she found out that the old man down the road was being put on trial for her murder.
Oh.
So she found out, she got her memory back after a few days. She came into the court today and said she wasn't dead. The case was dismissed. Yeah,
wait a minute. So when the jury was reading the verdict, Edna walked into the courtroom.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I got to see Edna. She's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to the old man. He's crying with happiness.
So was Edna missing all this time because she was out there getting drunk on moonshine?
That's a possibility, but the court's still out on that one.
Okay. All right. So Edna is now back with the old man, and the old man is in his new Winnebago, and Edna is with him as we speak. Wow.
Yes, that is correct.
She's already cooking breakfast.
Oh, listen, he's crying. He's so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Just think of the ordeal, though, that he's been through. He couldn't find Edna, and he could have gone to jail.
And he had
for
to
all
wear
this.
that ankle monitor and everything.
Yeah, and nobody to fix the Winnebago for him or change the oil.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it. So congratulations, old man. You're a free old man. Yeah, man.
Fredo was a great attorney, and I just got done. When I found this out, I bought him a brand new Cadillac.
You did?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Thank
Fredo doesn't even know that. That we just announced it on the show.
Now, how new is this?
How new is the Cadillac? What year is it, old man?
It's a 1945 Cadillac in mint condition, only 100 miles on it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You know what? Count Basie used to drive one of those around. I was in one of those. That's awesome.
Well, do you know if
man.
is it a sedan DeVille or a coupe DeVille? Which one?
It's a coupe DeVille.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah, man.
wow. So we had a great outcome.
Fredo's going to be a wealthy man after this.
Wow. Okay.
With a new classic.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, old man, what are your plans now? Where are you going with Edna? What are you going to do?
we're supposed to go to the Smoky Mountains and see the fall foliage.
Okay.
We're definitely going to take some pictures and videos for you guys so Bonnie can see it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful time of year.
Okay. All right.
Swell.
Well, old man, we're going to let you go so you can enjoy your breakfast with Edna, and we're going to keep Fredo on the line for just a few more moments and see what he's going to be doing with his new vehicle and get an update on him as well. And the concert, the big concert coming up. So, old man, thank you so much, and best of luck to you. And we're very happy for you.
We are ecstatic.
Thank you, Fredo, very much. You did a
It was my pleasure, old man. Yeah, man. Now go have some fun with that old woman. And you know what I mean. Yeah, man.
You don't call her an old woman.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 90 or 92, but you
Yeah.
never call a lady old, no matter how her age.
So, wow. So that's your first case for Fredo's Law Service, because you just opened up Fredo's Law Service.
That is
so
correct.
if anybody wants to reach you and needs a good attorney, Fredo, what number should they call? Is it 1-800-FREDO?
That's it. 1-800 Fredo's Law. That's
Okay.
it. 1-800 Fredo's Law.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. That'll work. That'll work. And what is your hourly fee, by the way?
Well, we'll discuss that depending on the case.
Okay. Now, how about with the old man down the road? How expensive was his fee? What did you charge
Well,
him?
we discussed it. It was okay. I kind of cut him a break because he was all distressed about his old lady dying and everything else. So I helped him out, and we cut him a break. So
Okay.
And you get a car out of it.
And you got a car, you got a Cadillac out of it.
yeah, man.
I mean, that's kind of cool. You got a Cadillac.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Driving around, and Bentley's gonna give me the phone number to that girl, that escort in the wheelchair. Yeah, man. I'm gonna get a hold of Stumpy there. Yeah, man. So,
Okay. Hey, you have the big concert coming up. Let's play the commercial.
You have heard Bonnie Ashley entertain thousands on WSTU Radio. Now, Fredo Entertainment Productions proudly presents Bonnie Ashley Sings the Hits at the Stewart Amphitheater in her first concert appearance.
Shirley Jones and me. Shirley Jones and me.
Bonnie Ashley sings Bruce Springsteen.
Went down in a dead man's town.
Bonnie Ashley sings Ozzy Osbourne.
Maybe it's not too late.
It's Bonnie Ashley Live. She will get you up and dancing with her rendition of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
Billie Jean is not my lover.
Join Bonnie Ashley as she sings a duet with Big Kitty in an emotional tribute to Led Zeppelin.
There's a lady, I'm sure, all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven.
It's Bonnie Ashley Sings the Hits live at the Stewart Amphitheater. Call 1-800-SING THIS.
So, Fredo, how are the ticket sales going for the big concert?
we are about 95% sold out. Yeah, man.
Wow, that's
So,
amazing, Bonnie.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you going to be selling VIP packages with backstage passes and meet and greets so Bonnie can
Yeah.
sign autographs?
Yeah, man. They're gonna meet Bonnie. They're gonna meet Big Kitty. Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun.
All right, Fredo. Well, thanks for checking in and congratulations on your first successful trial.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir.
Have a great day, and we'll talk to you
Congrats.
soon. All right. So tomorrow, Phil's going to be here in studio.
And thank you, Fredo, for everything you do with the concert promotion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phil's going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be a Hot Bean Wednesday, we'll call it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
we
What you're
better
getting into.
Bring in a lot of water,
It's gonna
gallons
be,
of water,
Bring a gallon of water. It's going to be a Hot Bean Wednesday here on the Get Up and Go show.
and a toilet close by.
Oh, toilet's right there. Okay. We'll bring in lots of light. We got lots of Lysol, that's for sure. We say ciao, Maine.
Honduras.
And Arriva Dirty, folks. Have a great day. And just remember, if you see a stray cat, give it a hug.
That's right. And use the Lysol and the Lysol wipes.
Yeah. That's it. We're done. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't you dare go anywhere.